If you quit added sugar today, your body will not stay the same for long. In 2 weeks, you can expect a cascade of changes, some uncomfortable, many quietly encouraging, that reveal how tightly our metabolism, brain chemistry, and gut are wired to sweet foods. Stay with me. I'll walk you through the plausible, evidence-based timeline day by day, show you what to expect, and give practical tips so you can accept a 14-day challenge safely. If you want more science like this, subscribe, hit like, and stay until the end to see the full 14-day timeline and accept the challenge with me. I'm a physician who studies metabolism and behavior, and I'll keep this clinical but practical. First, a short definition. When I say sucrose, I mean table sugar, a molecule made of glucose and fructose bound together. When you eat sucrose, it splits into glucose, the fuel your cells use, and fructose, metabolized mainly by the liver. Insulin is the hormone that helps shuttle glucose into cells and signals the body whether to store or burn energy. Those simple processes underlie the changes you'll notice when you stop eating added sugar. Days 1 to 3, the withdrawal window. The first 72 hours are often the loudest. Your brain's reward circuits have been used to quick surges of dopamine when you eat sweet foods. Remove that stimulus and dopamine activity dips. That can feel like irritability, low mood, cravings, yawning boredom, and for some people, headaches. Simultaneously, if your previous diet included sugary drinks, you'll lose a modest amount of water weight in the first couple of days because glycogen, stored carbs, holds water. You may feel a lighter sensation in your midsection simply from this fluid change. Blood sugar swings start to smooth out. Instead of steep rises after sweets and sharp drops later, your glucose levels trend toward smaller peaks. Practical tips for this phase. Hydrate deliberately. Prioritize sleep. Use gentle carbohydrate sources, whole fruit rather than candy, if cravings are intense. And avoid substituting with excessive artificial stimulants. If you take glucose-lowering medication, monitor levels closely. Do not alter doses without talking to your clinician. Days 4 to 7, the palate recalibration and early inflammation shift. Around days 4 to 7, people often report that very sweet things taste too sweet. Fruit becomes satisfyingly sweeter without added sugar. That's a sensory reset. Your taste receptors and brain expectations adjust. Appetite regulation begins to change too. Without regular sugar spikes, you may notice fewer sudden urges to snack. Hunger feels more like a steady cue than a demand. Biologically, research suggests markers of systemic inflammation, such as C-reactive protein, tend to fall modestly when diets reduce added sugars, though the magnitude varies by person and overall diet quality. Practically, use this week to build new habits. Replace dessert with a piece of fruit or yogurt. Try sparkling water with citrus instead of soda. And increase fiber at meals to support fullness. Continue to drink water and add modest protein and healthy fats to blunt cravings. Days 8 to 10, metabolic reprogramming and mood settling. After about a week without added sugar, many people experience improved sleep quality and more stable mood. Insulin sensitivity, the efficiency with which your cells respond to insulin, often shows early improvement when the body is exposed to fewer high sugar loads. That means your body can manage the same meal with less insulin over time. Compulsive cravings commonly ease, not gone, but less commanding. Your brain's reward system begins to repattern itself toward more sustainable rewards. A satisfying meal
exercise, social connection. Practical actions here include prioritizing regular mealtimes, choosing whole carbohydrates over refined ones, and using brief movement breaks to reset cravings. Again, anyone on diabetes medication must check glucose and consult their prescriber before changing diet. Days 11 to 14, visible early benefits and a new baseline. By the end of 2 weeks, several modest but meaningful shifts tend to appear. Many people notice reduced abdominal bloating as the gut microbiota adjusts to fewer simple sugars. Some fermentable sugars change bacterial activity, and that can ease gas and distension. Skin often looks a bit clearer for those sensitive to rapid glucose swings and glycation-related skin effects. Initial weight change in a 2-week window commonly ranges from a fraction of a kilogram up to 1 to 3 kilograms, depending on water loss and changes in calorie intake. Remember, this is variable and not the sole goal. Cardiovascular markers like triglycerides may begin to trend down, and blood pressure can stabilize modestly in people who replace sugary drinks with water. These shifts support the climax of the challenge, a regained sense of control over cravings and clearer mental focus that many describe as empowering. Throughout the 14 days, practical safety notes and strategies matter. Drink water frequently. Low blood sugar is uncommon in otherwise healthy people who skip added sugar, but can be a real risk for people on insulin or sulfonylureas. Pregnant people and those with a history of an eating disorder should not attempt strict elimination without medical guidance. If you rely on sugary drinks for medication timing or calorie intake, plan substitutions with your clinician or a registered dietitian. Use alternatives that provide satisfaction and nutrients: whole fruit, nuts, plain yogurt, or a small piece of dark chocolate if needed. Keep social strategies ready. Bring a dessert alternative to gatherings or practice a short phrase to decline politely when offered sweets. Emotionally, expect a curve: discomfort early, gradual stabilization, and then a modest reward at the end.
That trajectory is not moral judgment. It's physiology. Framing it as a 2-week experiment reduces pressure and makes the goal manageable. Track 1 or 2 metrics so you can see progress: energy levels, sleep quality, waist comfort, or a simple photo of how your skin looks. Small objective measures help counter emotional evaluation based purely on the scale. If you accept this 14-day challenge, here's a concise plan. Remove obvious added sugars from your kitchen. Prepare satisfying snacks, fruit and nut packs, hummus and veg. Drink a glass of water before snacks to test thirst versus hunger. Aim for regular meals with protein and fiber. And practice one non-food reward each day: a walk, a phone call, 10 minutes of reading. Keep a brief daily note on mood and cravings so you can observe patterns rather than react to each urge. Safety reminder: if you have diabetes, are pregnant, breastfeeding, taking glucose-lowering medications, or have a history of disordered eating, consult your healthcare provider before starting this or any restrictive dietary trial. This challenge is informational and motivational, not a medical prescription. If this timeline sounds doable, accept the 14-day challenge with me. Comment below with "I'm in," tell us what you hope to notice, and check back so we can share results. I'll follow up soon with practical meal swaps and the truth about honey, whether it's really better than sugar. So subscribe and turn on notifications if you want that next conversation.
Try to be kind to yourself through the discomfort. Small, consistent changes add up. If you complete the 14 days, report what changed for you in the comments and what surprised you. If you're unsure about medication adjustments or have a complex medical history, pause and reach out to your provider first. Small experiments done safely are how durable habits begin.